in this series of videos, I'm going to be showing you how to build these really cute, absolutely fantastic, fully functional iron farms, all in the style of a vehicle. They're all based around my tiny iron farm, and each one of them, with the exception of the school bus at the end, fits in an area of 4 blocks by 7. That's tiny. And each one of them will produce at least 350 iron ingots per hour, and they'll work 24/7. All you have to do is make sure that you don't put these within 20 blocks of another villager. They all use lava to kill the golems, because lava is the quickest way to do that. The lava will kill a golem within 12 seconds, which means even if the golem spawns at this end of the vehicle, he'll be dispatched within 15 seconds. The villagers inside will then call another golem within 30 seconds. So every 45 to 50 seconds you'll get a golem. Each golem will drop between 3 and 5 pieces of iron. So you can do the maths. These things work. So now I'll show you how to build them. Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build this iron farm in the shape of a Royal Mail van. Now before we get stuck in, I just want to point out that this won't work on Bedrock. It's a Java build, specifically Java 1.16.3. Okay, so please don't be asking in the comments if it works in Bedrock. It doesn't. It won't work on console, PS4, Xbox, Switch, Wii, anything like that, MCPE, nothing like that. Okay, this is a Java build. And as you can see, it's really tiny. It's a tiny little iron farm. It'll produce about 350 pieces of iron per hour because it works 24/7. It uses the mechanic that the villagers inside the van are scared by the zombie, just down there by my head there. So they run around shouting for a golem every 30 seconds or so. So make sure that the daylight cycle is turned on your world. If you don't play with the daylight cycle turned on, the villagers are never going to try and jump into bed. Therefore, the farm won't work. So now let me show you what you need to build this thing. You're going to need an area that is 4 blocks wide and 7 blocks deep. And you're going to need everything that's in this chest here. So pause the video if you need to. So now we can crack on and build this thing. Okay, to start with, you need to put down your 4 tires. So we'll have one there and then miss 2 gaps and put another one there. And then miss 3 gaps and put one there. And across onto the other side, one there. So you've got your 4 wheels. And then take out your slab. I'm using nether brick slab. And you want to start at the front and put a line of 4 slabs at the front. And then just fill it all in, all the way to the back. Like that. Now you want to go around to the front and you need to stick a loom just there and another one just there. They're going to be the grill, the radiators on the front of your van. You don't have to use a loom. You can use a jukebox or a note block or anything. You furnace, all kinds of things you can put there. But I'm going to be using a loom for this build. So you want to put a couple of looms there and then fill the rest in with your red concrete. And you need to leave this hole here. This is where your zombie is going to stand to frighten your villagers. So cover the rest with the red concrete apart from that hole there where your zombie is going to stand. And now you want to build up the red concrete another level around the outside of it like this. And put it across the front over the grill. So now you've got that. Now you need to jump inside the van and you want to go to the front and you want to put down a block of red concrete there, like that. And then you want to jump in the zombie hole, like this, and then put a trapdoor there so it opens against that block there, okay? And then you want to put another trapdoor just there so it opens against that block. So this is your zombie hole. This is where your zombie shouts at the villagers. This is your villager's safe block. When the villager is stood here, he can't see the zombie can't see him. He feels safe. If he doesn't feel safe and he's continually scared by the zombie, he won't go to sleep. And if he doesn't go to sleep, the farm will break. Okay, so you do need this safe block just here. So now you've got that. You want to grab your beds and you want to get to the front where your zombie hole is, and you want to put a bed down there with the head of it in the middle. Okay, don't have it that way round. If you have it that way round, your villager could jump out of bed straight into the zombie hole. There's going to be tears and zombie villagers, so don't put it that way round. Make sure you put it that way round. Okay, and then get to the back, and you want to put 2 beds at the back facing the other way, so the heads of both the beds are there in the middle. When the villagers jump out of bed, they're going to jump out of bed here. They're not going to jump out of bed inside the zombie hole. Now you want to whip out your glass, and you want to put a block of glass there and a block of glass just there like that. Okay, so that's to stop the zombie being able to see the villagers and vice versa. As I say, this block needs to be safe. They need to feel safe here, otherwise they won't sleep and the farm will break. So now you should have that. Now take out your red concrete again and come to here where your glass blocks are and put a line of red concrete down this side and then a line of red concrete down the other side, and then take out your chests, and you need to put a chest there and a chest just there. And then take out your hoppers, and you want to put 2 hoppers leading down into your chest. Make sure the nozzles are facing down into the chest. Don't do that. Okay. Do that. And then you want to get to the other side, crouch, and you want 2 hoppers facing into those 2 hoppers, nozzles facing into those 2 hoppers, and then crouch again, and 2 hoppers facing into those 2 hoppers. And then round this side, yep, you've guessed it, those hoppers leading into those hoppers. So any iron or poppies now that land on these hoppers are going to make their way into that chest. Now you want to get to the front, take out your clear glass panes, and you want to put a line of glass panes across the front like that. That's the windscreen. That's where your driver's going to sit, so to speak. So now you should have something that looks like that. So now it's time to do the golem spawning floor. So grab yourself your red concrete again, and you want to put down 4 pieces of red concrete there, and then 4 behind it. And then take out your jack-o'-lanterns. These have to be jack-o'-lanterns. Don't use glowstone or sea lanterns or anything like that. These need to be a spawnable spot for golems. Okay, jack-o'-lanterns will allow golems to spawn on top of them. Sea lanterns and glowstone won't. So these have to be jack-o'-lanterns. Then whip out your red concrete again and just fill in the rest of the area like that. Now you want to take out your crimson fence. Now if you want to use wood, make sure you use warped fence or crimson fence. See, the wood you get from the nether. Don't use wood that you get in the overworld, oak or spruce or dark oak or anything like that, because it will burn. If fire ticks are turned on your server, the lava that we're going to use to kill the golems will set the fences on fire unless unless you're using wood from the nether. Okay, so warped fence and crimson fences are okay. Other fences from the overworld aren't okay. Or you could just use a wall around the top. It doesn't matter. Walls, any stone variant or brick walls will be fine. So you just want to put a line of fences around the side like that. And then you'll need to look at the back and you need to raise this up by another level like that. And then come down another 2 blocks. Okay, and do the same on this side. And then you want to take out your signs. Again, I'm using crimson signs because they match. You can use any signs here because signs won't burn in lava. Okay, it's only the fences that will burn in lava. And you can use any sign you like just here. But I'm using the crimson fence because it matches, sorry, the crimson sign because it matches the crimson fence. So now you should have something that looks like that. So then you want to take out your buckets of lava and you want to put a bucket of lava just there and another one just there. The signs are going to hold it in, and that's where the golems are going to burn. We're going to put some water down here in a second. The golems are going to flow this way. They're going to go into the lava. They're going to burn, and within 15 seconds, they'll drop all their lovely loot onto the hoppers. And that's why we have hoppers all the way around the side, because golem drops won't fall straight down. Okay, there's a chance that they'll fall off to the side or fall off to the back. And if we used red concrete around the outside, it would make it look nicer from the outside. But if we did that, there's the chance that the drops would land on those solid blocks and wouldn't go into the hoppers, which is why we use hoppers all the way around. And then you want to get outside of your farm. You're going to be in survival, not creative. I'm in creative, so I can obviously fly about. If you're in survival, don't put water down there just yet. If you do, you're going to find it really hard to get out. Okay, so just whiz out of the farm like this. And then look at those 2 blocks there and put your water down there. Okay, don't put your water down against the fence post. If you do, you'll waterlog the fence post. All the water's going to spill out. It's going to ruin any carpet or anything you've got down below it. Okay, so make sure you're looking at those solid blocks there when you put down your water. Now to finish this off, you just need to grab your red carpet and you need to put some red carpet along the top like that. So now you should have something that looks like that. So now we're getting close to getting the villagers into the farms. But before we do, we need to spawn proof the area around the farm out to 7 blocks. Okay, we need to spawn proof 7 blocks away from the farm. We want the golems to be spawning in here. We don't want them to be spawning out here. If a golem spawns outside, then the villagers will detect it and no more golems will spawn, so the farm will break. So you need to spawn proof the outside, and you can do that using carpet, path blocks, glass, leaves, all kinds of things. You could probably use buttons. Would stop golems from spawning. Don't use torches though, because golems will spawn in any light level, obviously because they're going to be spawning next to lava. So lighting the area won't work. Okay, I'm going to be using carpet, but as I say, use anything you like as long as the area around the side of the van to a distance of 7 blocks is spawn proofed. So now you've spawn proofed it, you need to wrangle yourself a couple of villagers. You need to wrangle yourself 3 villagers. This farm uses 3 scared villagers to make golems. Okay, so you can't do it with 2, and getting any more than 3 is just a waste of time, really. So we'll just grab yourself 3 villagers. I'm going to spawn them in using spawn eggs because I can. But it should be reasonably easy to get villagers over here. If you build this near an existing village, then break all of the beds in the existing village, and 3 of them should make their way over to the beds. If they don't, just stick them in boats or minecarts or something like that. And once you've got them there, you need to get around to this side of the farm and then just pop out these 3 blocks here like that. Okay? And now all you need to do is wait for it to go dark, and those guys are just going to wander in there and go to sleep. Good fella. Okay, so now they've associated themselves with beds, and that's perfect. And now you just need to block them back in again. Now we come to possibly the hardest part of this farm. We need to wrangle ourselves a zombie, and we need to get a zombie in that hole, in there, just there. And there's no easy way to do this. You can probably try and get them in a minecart and get some rails running in there and knock them out, or you could just leave this open. Maybe you could leave that open and hope that a zombie would wander in and then block it back in again. It's not going to be easy, okay? There's no easy way to do it, but you do need to get a zombie in there. Like that. And those guys are going to jump out of bed, panic in, and within 30 seconds or so, they're going to call for a new golem because they don't have one and they're terrified. Now, when you've got your zombie in there, you're going to have to name him. If you don't name him, or her, whatever, I don't know whether there's a gender, but you're going to have to name them. If you don't, and you leave the chunk, when you come back, the zombie will be gone, and the farm will break. Okay, so I'm going to name this one Post Person Pat. There you go, that's going to stay there forever. And then, once you've done that, block them back in. So now you should have something that looks like that. So now we can come to decorating this bad boy. So grab yourself your red banners, and you want to go around the back, and you want to put a red banner there. You'll have to crouch, red banner there, and then one there and one here. Now you're going to need to make the Royal Mail sign, the R and the crown and the M. Okay, so to do that, you can use the looms you've got in the front of the truck, actually. So click on one of those, and you need to put a red banner in the loom. And then to do the R, do that. And then some more yellow dye. Do that. More yellow. Do that. And then just put a red border around the outside of it. And there you've got your R. If you can, if there are better ways of doing R's, then obviously you can do it. I don't know how to do better R's. So you want one there and one there. Now to do the crown, you're going to need to start with a yellow banner. So we put the yellow banner in like that, and then grab your red dye. Do a border around the outside of it, and then you want to do one of those. I don't know what these are called. They've obviously got names. I don't know what they're called. You do one of those, and then do the one pointing up like that. And then you want to change to your yellow dye and do a diamond in the middle like that. And then back to your red dye again and just fill the bottom in with red. And there you have your crown. That one there and one just there like that. Now for the M, grab your red banner and your yellow dye, and you need to do one of those like that, and then grab your red dye and do that, and then back to your yellow dye again and do a line down the left and a line down the right, like that. And then back to your red dye and do a border all the way around the outside of it. And there you've got your M. So now you've got that. Now make your way around to the front and take out your item frames. Put an item frame there, an item frame there, and on the item frames you want to put yourself down a campfire. You don't have to use campfires. You can use with glowstones or sea lanterns or anything you like in there. I just think campfires look pretty cool. And then round to the side, underneath the window, put yourself down a lever facing upwards. And then on top of that lever, you want to put down a pane of glass. That's the wing mirror. And then you want to do the same on the other side. Like that. And then you want to whiz round to the back. And you need to put down 2 item frames. You want to put down 1 item frame there, one there, one there, and one there. And on the bottom item frame, put down a bed and rotate it so it's like that. Do the same on the other side, rotate it. You can rotate it by right-clicking on your mouse. And then take out your orange beds, do the same thing. So you've got your stoplight and you've got your indicator. So now you should have something that looks like that. Now to finish it off, you just need to grab yourself some buttons. I'm going to be using stone buttons. And you just need to pop out that piece of carpet just there. And put these buttons in the middle of your wheels. So they look like wheel caps or wheel hubs or whatever you want to call them. Now if you really want to make it look like Postman Pat's van, and I'm sure some of you probably do, you need to get yourself a cat. We're fortunate enough to have had a black cat to start with. That's black enough, isn't it? So get yourself a cat up there. Tame the little fella. There you go. Doesn't quite look like Jess. I think Jess has got a white front on her, but never mind. You've now got yourself Postman Pat's or Postperson Pat's best friend, the cat. So if you've made it this far, congratulations. You've built yourself a really cool Royal Mail Iron Golem farm. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, everybody. If you have, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future tutorials. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.